Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly and to Cymbeline. I am Pemberton. This is part 2. The oafish Cloten tries and fails to woo Imogen, who tells him plainly that the meanest garment of her banished husband is dearer to her than all of him, a careless insult he will not forget. In Rome, Iachimo lays out his stolen proofs, and Posthumus, who should have known better, swallows the lie whole in a black fury. He curses all womankind and writes 2 letters home, one luring Imogen to Milford haven in Wales for a longed-for meeting, the other commanding his servant Pisanio to murder her on the road. But Pisanio cannot do it. He shows her the dreadful letter, and counsels the heartbroken princess to vanish, to cut her hair, put on a boy's clothes, and seek service with the Roman general under the name of Fidele. Let us go on.
Cloten enters with lords in an antechamber beside Imogen's rooms. Your lordship is the most patient man in losing, the coolest man who ever threw an ace and lost. Losing would make any man cool. But not every man stays patient with your lordship's noble temper. When you win, you are all heat and fury. Winning gives any man courage. If I could get this foolish Imogen, I would have gold enough. It is almost morning, is it not? It is daylight, my lord. I wish this music would come. I have been advised to give her music in the mornings. They say it will get through to her. Musicians, enter. Come on, tune your instruments. If you can get through to her with your fingering, good. We will try with singing too. If nothing works, let her remain as she is, but I will never give up. First, sing a very excellent, clever piece. Afterward, a wonderfully sweet tune with admirable, rich words to it. Then let her consider. The musicians sing. Listen, listen, the lark sings at heaven's gate, and Phobos begins to rise. His horses go to drink at the springs that lie among cup-shaped flowers, and the sleepy marigolds begin to open their golden eyes. With everything that is pretty, my sweet lady, rise. Rise, rise. Now go. If this gets through to her, I will think better of your music. If it does not, then the fault is in her ears, and neither horsehair strings, nor calf-gut strings, nor even the voice of a beardless eunuch besides, could ever mend it. The musicians leave. Cymbeline and Queen enter. Here comes the king. I'm glad I stayed up so late, because that is why I was up so early. He cannot help but take the service I have done as a son would do for a father. Good morning to your majesty, and to my gracious mother. Are you waiting here at the door of our stern daughter? Will she not come out? I have attacked her with music, but she grants it no notice. The exile of her favorite is too recent. She has not yet forgotten him. A little more time must wear away the mark his memory has left on her, and then she is yours. You owe the king a great deal. He lets no advantage pass that may help you win his daughter. Shape yourself to court her properly, and take the right moment as your ally. Let her refusals increase your services. Make it seem as if you were inspired to do these duties that you offer her. Obey her in everything, except when she orders you to leave her. In that be deaf and unfeeling. Unfeeling? No, not that. A messenger enters. If it pleases you, sir, ambassadors have come from Rome. One of them is Caius Lucius. A worthy man, though he comes now on an angry errand, but that is not his fault. We must receive him with the honor due to the one who sent him, and for his own sake, we must show regard for the goodness he has shown us before. Dear son, when you have given your mistress good morning, attend the queen and me. We shall need to employ you with this Roman. Come, our queen. I'll leave except Cloten. If she is up, I will speak with her. If not, let her lie still and dream. By your leave, ho! He knocks. I know her women are around her. What if I line one of their hands with money? It is gold that buys admission, often enough. Yes, and gold can make Diana's own rangers betray themselves and give up their deer to the hunter waiting in ambush. It is gold that gets the honest man killed and saves the thief. No, sometimes it hangs both thief and honest man. What can gold not do and undo? I will make one of her women my lawyer, for I still do not understand my own case. By your leave. He knocks again. A lady enters. Who is there knocking? A gentleman. No more than that? Yes, and a gentlewoman's son. That is more than some men whose tailors cost as much as yours can honestly boast. What is your lordship's pleasure? Your lady's person. Is she ready? Yes, ready to stay in her chamber. Here is gold for you. Sell me your good report. How do you mean? My good name? Or a report of you saying whatever I think is good? The princess. Imogen enters. Good morning, fairest sister. Your sweet hand. The lady exits. Good morning, sir. You spend too much effort buying nothing but trouble. The thanks I give you is to tell you I am poor in thanks, and can scarcely spare even these. Still, I swear I love you. If you only said so, it would mean as much to me. If you keep swearing it, your reward is still that I do not care. That is no answer. If I were not afraid, you would claim my silence meant consent. I would not speak. Please spare me. Truly, I will answer your greatest kindness with equal discourtesy. A man of your great understanding should learn once taught to leave off. It would be a sin for me to leave you in your madness. I will not. Fools are not mad people. Do you call me a fool? If I am mad, I do. If you will be patient, I will be mad no longer. That cures us both. I am very sorry, sir, that you force me to forget a lady's manners by talking so much. Learn this now, once and for all. I, who know my own heart, declare by its very truth that I do not care for you. I am so close to lacking charity that I accuse myself of hating you, and I would rather you felt that than hear me boast of it. You sin against the obedience you owe your father. As for the contract you pretend to have with that base wretch, a man raised on charity, fostered on cold leftovers and scraps from court, it is no contract at all. And though low people may be allowed to bind their souls together in knots of their own making, people who have nothing depending on them except children and beggary, and who is lower than he, you are restrained from that freedom by the consequence of the crown. You must not stain its precious dignity with a base slave, a servant in livery, a squire's cloth, a pantryman, no man of rank at all. Blasphemous fellow! If you were the son of Jupiter and nothing more than what you are besides, you would be too base to be his groom. You would be honored enough, even to the point of envy, if compared by your virtues. You were called the lowest hangman's assistant in his kingdom, and were hated for being raised so high. May the southern fog rot him! He can never meet with worse misfortune than to have you even name him. The meanest garment that ever merely touched his body is dearer to me than all the hairs on your head, even if every one of them were made into men like you. What now, Pisanio? Pisanio enters. His garment. Now the devil. Go at once to Dorothy, my woman. His garment. I am haunted by a fool, frightened and angered worse than before. Go tell my woman to search for a jewel that, too carelessly, has slipped from my arm. It was your master's. Curse me if I would lose it for the revenue of any king in Europe. I think I saw it this morning. I'm sure it was on my arm last night. I kissed it. I hope it has not got to tell my lord that I kiss anything but him. It will not be lost. I hope so. Go and search. Pisanio exits. You have insulted me. His meanest garment. Yes, I said so, sir. If you want to make a legal complaint of it, call witnesses to it. I will inform your father. And your mother too. She is my good lady, and I hope she will think only the worst of me. So I leave you, sir, to the worst of your discontent. Imogen exits. I will be revenged. His meanest garment. Well, he exits. Posthumus and Folio enter Folio's house in Rome. Do not fear it, sir. I wish I were as sure of winning the king's favor as I am confident that her honor will remain her own. What approach are you making to him? None at all. I only wait for time to change, shiver in the present winter of my fortunes, and wish warmer days would come. In these frightened hopes I barely repay your kindness. If they fail, I must die deeply in your debt. Your own goodness and your company more than repay anything I can do. By now your king has heard of great Augustus. Caius Lucius will carry out his commission thoroughly, and I think your king will either grant the tribute and send the arrears, or else face our Romans, whose memory of old wrongs is still fresh in their grief. Though I am no statesman, nor likely to become one, I do believe this will end in war. You will hear that the legions now in Gallia have landed in our fearless Britain sooner than you will hear of any penny of tribute being paid. Our countrymen are better disciplined than they were when Julius Caesar smiled at their lack of skill, but found their courage worthy of his frown. Their discipline, now joined with their courage, will show those who test them that they are a people who improve upon the world. Iachimo enters. Look. Iachimo! The fastest deer must have carried you over land, and winds from every corner must have kissed your sails to make your ship so quick. Welcome, sir. I hope the shortness of your answer caused the speed of your return. Your lady is one of the fairest women I have ever looked upon. And with that, the best. Otherwise let her beauty look through a window to lure false hearts and be false with them. Here are letters for you. Their contents are good, I trust. Very likely. Was Caius Lucius at the British court when you were there? He was expected then, but had not arrived. All is well so far. Does this stone sparkle as it used to, or is it too dull for you to wear well? If I had lost it, I would have lost its value in gold. I would travel twice as far to enjoy a second night of such sweet shortness as the one I had in Britain, for the ring is one. The stone is too hard to come by. Not at all, since your lady was so easy. Do not make a joke of your loss, sir. I hope you understand that we cannot remain friends. But, sir, we must if you keep our agreement. If I had not brought back knowledge of your mistress, I admit we would have more to question. But now I declare myself the winner of her honor, together with your ring, and not a wrongdoer against either her or you, since I acted only by both your wills. If you can make it clear that you have had her in bed, my hand and ring are yours. If not, the foul opinion you held of her pure honor will win or lose your sword or mine, or leave them both ownerless for whoever finds them. Sir, the details I give, being as close to the truth as I will make them, must first lead you to believe me. I will confirm their strength with an oath, though I do not doubt you will allow me to spare it when you find you do not need it. Go on. First, her bedchamber, where I confess I did not sleep, but I declare I had something well worth staying awake for. It was hung with silk and silver tapestry. The scene was proud Cleopatra meeting her Roman, and Cydnus swelling over its banks, either from the crowd of boats, or from its own pride. The work was so splendidly made, so rich, that skill and value seemed to compete in it. I wondered it could be made so rarely and exactly, since the living truth in it was. That is true. And you might have heard that here from me or from someone else. More particulars must prove what I know. They must, or else they harm your honor. The chimney is on the south side of the chamber, and the chimney-piece shows chaste Diane bathing. I never saw figures so likely to speak for themselves. The carver was like another nature, only silent. He surpassed nature, except for motion and breath. That is something you might also have learned from report, since it is much talked about. The ceiling of the chamber is fretted with golden cherubins. Her andirons, I had forgotten them, were 2 winking cupids of silver, each standing on 1 foot, neatly leaning on their firebrands. And is this her honor? Let it be granted that you have seen all this, and let your memory be praised. The description of what is in her chamber does nothing to save the wager you have laid. Iachimo shows the bracelet. Then if you can, turn pale. I ask only leave to air this jewel. Look. And now it is put away again. It must be married to that diamond of yours. I will keep them both. Jove! Let me see it once more. Is it the one I left with her? Sir, I thank her it is. She stripped it from her arm. I can see her still. Her pretty action was worth more than the gift, and yet enriched it too. She gave it to me and said she had valued it once. Perhaps she took it off to send it to me. Does she write that to you? Oh, no, no, no. It is true. Here, take this too. Posthumus gives him the ring. It is a basilisk to my eye. It kills me to look at it. Let there be no honor where there is beauty, no truth where there is appearance, no love where there is another man. Let women's vows bind them no more to the place where they are made than they bind them to their virtues, which is nothing. Oh, false beyond measure! Have patience, sir, and take back your ring. It is not yet won. It may be that she lost the bracelet, or who knows whether one of her women, being corrupted, stole it from her. Very true. And that is how I hope he got it. Give me back my ring. Show me some bodily sign about her, something more evident than this, for this was stolen. By Jupiter, I had it from her arm. Listen, he swears. By Jupiter, he swears. It is true. No, keep the ring, it is true. I am sure she would not lose it. Her attendants are all sworn and honorable. They induced to steal it, and by a stranger? No. He has enjoyed her. The proof of her unchastity is this. She has bought the name of whore at so dear a price. There, take your hire, and may all the fiends of hell divide themselves between you. Sir, be patient. This is not strong enough to be believed of someone you once thought well of. Never speak of it. She has been mounted by him. If you seek further satisfaction, under her breast, worthy of being pressed, there lies a mole right proud of that most delicate lodging. By my life, I kissed it, and it made me hungry at once to feed again, though I was full. You remember this mark on her? Yes, and it confirms another stain as large as hell can hold, even if there were nothing more than that. Will you hear more? Spare your arithmetic, never count the turns. Once and 1,000,000 times. I will swear. No swearing. If you swear you have not done it, you lie, and I will kill you if you deny that you have made me a cuckold. I will deny nothing. Oh, if I had her here, I would tear her limb from limb. I will go there and do it in the court before her father. I will do something. Posthumus exits. He is completely beyond the rule of patience. You have won. Let us follow him and turn aside the immediate rage he has against himself. With all my heart. They exit. Posthumus enters. Is there no way for men to exist without women being half the makers of us? We are all bastards. That honored man I called my father was somewhere else, for all I know, when I was stamped into being. Some counterfeiter with his tools made me a false coin. And yet my mother seemed the Diana of her age, just as my wife seemed the matchless woman of this one. Oh, vengeance, vengeance! She held me back from my lawful pleasure, often begging me to wait, and she did it with such blushing modesty that the sweet sight of it could have warmed old Saturn himself. I thought her as pure as snow that had never seen the sun. Oh, all the devils! That yellow Iachimo had her in an hour, did he not? Or less. At the first attempt? Perhaps he did not even speak, but like a well-fed boar, a German one, cried out and mounted her. He found no resistance except the kind he expected, the resistance she should have used to guard herself from the encounter. If only I could find the woman's part inside me. For there is no impulse toward vice in a man that I will not say is the woman's part. Is it lying? Mark it, that is woman's. Flattery? Hers. Deceit? Hers. Lust and filthy thoughts? Hers. Revenge? Hers. Ambition, greed, changing pride, contempt, picky longing, slander, fickleness, every fault a man can name, and even every fault hell knows, all are hers, partly or wholly, and rather wholly. For even in vice they are not constant, but keep changing one vice only a minute old for another not half so old. I will write against them, hate them, curse them. Yet the sharper skill in true hatred is to pray they get their own will, for the devils themselves cannot plague them better. Posthumus exits. Later, in Britain, Cymbeline enters in state with the queen, Cloten and lords by one door, while Caius Lucius and attendants enter by another. Now say what Augustus Caesar wants with us. When Julius Caesar, whose memory still lives before men's eyes, and will always be spoken of and heard, was in this Britain, and conquered at Cymbeline, your uncle, famous in Caesar's praise no less than he deserved for his own deeds, granted Rome, for Caesar and his successors, a yearly tribute of 3,000 pounds. Lately, you have left that unpaid. And to end your wonder, it shall always remain unpaid. There will be many Caesars before there is another Julius. Britain is a world by itself, and we will pay nothing for wearing our own noses. The chance they had then to take tribute from us, we now have again to take it back. Remember, sir, my lord, the kings who were your ancestors, and the natural courage of your island. It stands like Neptune's own park, fenced and enclosed with unscalable rocks and roaring waters, with sands that will not carry your enemies' boats, but will suck them down to the topmast. Caesar made a kind of conquest here, but he did not boast here that he came, saw, and conquered. With shame, the first that ever touched him, he was carried away from our coast, twice beaten. His ships, poor ignorant toys, tossed on our terrible seas like eggshells on the waves, cracked just as easily against our rocks. For joy at this, the famous Cymbeline, who once came close, O faithless fortune, to mastering Caesar's sword, lit Lud's town bright with celebratory fires, and made the Britons strut with courage. Come, there is no more tribute to be paid. Our kingdom is stronger than it was then, and as I said, there are no more Caesars like that one. Others of them may have crooked noses, but none have such straight arms to command us. Son, let your mother finish. We still have many among us who can grip as hard as Cymbeline. I do not say I am one of them, but I do have a hand. Why tribute? Why should we pay tribute? If Caesar can hide the sun from us with a blanket, or put the moon in his pocket, we will pay him tribute for light. Otherwise, sir, no more tribute, I ask you. You must know that until the insulting Romans forced this tribute from us, we were free. Caesar's ambition swelled so much it nearly stretched the sides of the world, and against all justice he put the yoke on us. To shake it off is fitting for a warlike people, and we count ourselves as such. We do. Then say this to Caesar. Our ancestor was that Milmutius who established our laws that Caesar's sword has mangled too much. To restore them and their freedom shall, by the power we hold, be our good act, though Rome grows angry for it. Milmutius made our laws. He was the first man of Britain to set a golden crown upon his brow, and call himself a king. I am sorry, Cymbeline, that I must declare Augustus Caesar, Caesar who has more kings as servants than you have household officers, to be your enemy. Receive it from me, then. In Caesar's name I pronounce war and ruin against you. Expect a fury that cannot be resisted. Having thus defied you, I thank you on my own behalf. You are welcome, Caius. Your Caesar knighted me. I spent much of my youth under him, and from him I gathered honor. Since he now must seek that honor from me again, I must defend it to the utmost. I know well that the Pannonians and Dalmatians are now in arms for their liberties, an example the Britons would seem cold not to read and follow. So Caesar shall not find them cold. That proof speak. His Majesty bids you welcome. Spend a day or two with us for pleasure, or longer. If afterward you seek us on different terms, you will find us inside our saltwater belt. If you beat us out of it, it is yours. If you fall in the attempt, our crows will feed the better for you, and that is the end of it. So, sir, I know your master's pleasure, and he knows mine. All that remains is this, welcome. They all exit. Pisanio enters, reading a letter. What? Accused of adultery. Why do you not write what monsters accuse her? Leonatus. O master, what a strange infection has fallen into your ear. What false Italian, with a tongue as poisonous as his hand, has won over your too ready hearing? Disloyal? No. She is being punished for her faithfulness, and she endures attacks, more like a goddess than a wife, that would overcome some people's virtue. O my master, your opinion of her has sunk as low as your fortunes once were. What? That I should murder her? By the love, truth, and vows that I have pledged to obey your command? I murder her? Spill her blood? If that counts as good service, then may I never be called serviceable. What must I look like, if I seem to lack humanity so completely as this deed would require? He reads. Do it. The letter I have sent her, as if by her own request, will give you the opportunity. O damned paper, as black as the ink on you. Senseless little thing, are you an accomplice in this act, while looking so innocent on the outside? Look, here she comes. Imogen enters. I know nothing of what I am ordered to do. What is it, Pisanio? Madam, here's a letter from my lord. Who? Your lord? That is my lord, Leonatus. Truly, that astronomer would be learned who could read the stars as well as I know his handwriting. He would lay the future open. You good gods, let what is written here taste of love, of my lord's health, of his happiness, though not of happiness that we two are separated. Let that grieve him. Some griefs can be cured, and that is one of them, because it medicines love. Let it tell of his contentment in everything except that. Good wax, give way. Blessed be you bees that make these locks for secrets. Lovers and men in dangerous debts do not pray alike. Though you seal forfeitures that send men to prison, you also clasp young Cupid's writing tablets. Good news, gods? She reads. Justice, and your father's anger if he found me in his power, could not be as cruel to me as you, O dearest of creatures, would be kind and restoring with your eyes. Know that I am in Cambria, at Milford Haven. Whatever your own love advises you to do because of this, follow it. So he wishes you every happiness, he who remains faithful to his vow, and to your growing love. Leon, Adus Posthumus. Oh, for a horse with wings! Do you hear Pisanio? He is at Milford Haven. Read this, and tell me how far it is to there. If someone with ordinary business can trudge there in a week, why should I not glide there in a day? Then true Pisanio, you who long as I do to see your lord, who long, oh, let me take that back. Not as I do, yet you long, though in a weaker way. Oh, not like me, for my longing is beyond. Speak, and speak quickly and fully. Love's counselor should fill the holes of hearing until the sense is almost smothered. How far is it to this blessed Milford? And on the way tell me how Wales became so happy as to inherit such a haven. But first of all, tell me how we may steal away from here, and how to excuse the gap in time between our leaving and our return. But first, how do we get away? Why should an excuse be born before it is even conceived? We will talk of that afterward. Please speak. How many scores of miles can we ride between 1 hour and the next? 1 score between sunrise and sunrise, madam, is enough for you, and too much as well. Why, a man riding to his execution could never go so slowly. I have heard of riding wagers where horses were quicker than the sands that run on behalf of the clock. But this is foolish talk. Go tell my woman to pretend she is sick, say she is going home to her father. And immediately get me a riding outfit, no more costly than would suit a yeoman's wife. Madam, you should think this over. I can see what lies before me, man. Neither here, nor in what follows is there anything but fog that I cannot see through. Go, I beg you. Do as I tell you. There is nothing more to say. No way is open except the way to Milford. They exit. Belarius, Guidrius, and Arviragus come out from the cave. This is too fine a day to stay indoors under a roof as low as ours. Bend down, boys. This doorway teaches you how to worship heaven. It makes you bow as you begin the holy duty of the morning. The gates of kings are built so high that giants could strut through them and keep their godless turbans on, without even saying good morning to the sun. Hail, fair heaven! We live in the rock, yet we do not treat you as harshly as prouder people do. Hail, heaven! Hail, heaven! Now to our mountain sport. Climb up to that hill. Your legs are young, I will walk these level places. When you are above and see me looking as small as a crow, remember that it is distance and position that shrink and change the look of things. Then you may think over the stories I have told you of courts, princes, and the tricks of war. Service is not service simply because it is performed. It becomes service because it is accepted and rewarded as such. To understand things this way lets us draw profit from everything we see, and often, to our comfort, we shall find that the beetle in its shell is safer than the eagle with all its wings. Oh, this life is nobler than waiting for a rebuke, richer than doing nothing just to earn a court robe, prouder than rustling about in silk that has not been paid for. Men like that win a salute from the tailor who makes them fine, while the tailor keeps his account book uncrossed. No life compares with ours. You speak from experience. We poor birds, not yet fully feathered, have never flown out of sight of the nest, and we do not know what the air is like away from home. Perhaps this life is best, if a quiet life is best. It is sweeter to you, who have known a sharper one, and it suits your stiff old age well. But for us it is a cell of ignorance, travel while lying in bed, a debtor's prison where a man does not dare step beyond his limit. What will we have to talk about when we are as old as you? When we hear the rain and wind beating through dark December, how shall we talk away the freezing hours in this pinching cave? We have seen nothing. We are like beasts, as clever as foxes only when hunting prey, as warlike as wolves only for what we eat. Our courage is chasing what runs from us. We turn our cage into a choir, like a caged bird, and sing freely about our bondage. Listen to how you speak! If only you knew the city's greedy dealings, and had felt them with full understanding. If you knew the art of the court, as hard to leave as it is to keep, where climbing to the top means certain falling, or else the path is so slippery that the fear is as bad as the fall. If you knew the labor of war, a pain that seems to seek out danger in the name of fame and honor, though fame and honor often die in the search, and a soldier as often gets a slanderous epitaph as a record of noble deeds. No, many times a man earns bad reward by doing well, and worse than that, must bow to other men's judgment. Oh boys, the world may read that whole story in me. My body is marked by Roman swords, and my reputation was once ranked with the best. Cymbeline loved me. When soldiers were the subject, my name was never far away. Then I was like a tree whose branches bent under fruit. But in one night, a storm, or robbery, call it what you will, shook down all my ripe fruit, no, my leaves too, and left me bare to the weather. How uncertain favor is! My fault was nothing, as I have often told you, except that 2 villains, whose false oaths prevailed against my spotless honor, swore to Cymbeline that I was allied with the Romans. So my banishment followed, and for these 20 years, this rock and these lands have been my world. Here I have lived in honest freedom, and paid more holy debts to heaven than in all the earlier part of my life. But up to the mountains. This is no hunter's talk. Whoever strikes the deer first shall be lord of the feast, the other 2 shall serve him, and we will fear no poison which waits in places of higher rank. I will meet you in the valleys. Guiderius and Arviragus leave. How hard it is to hide the sparks of natural birth. These boys know little that they are sons to the king, and Cymbeline does not dream that they are alive. They think they are mine, and though they have been brought up so humbly in the cave where they must stoop, their thoughts still reach the roofs of palaces. Nature teaches them, even in simple and lowly things, to act like princes far beyond the practiced manner of others. This Polydore, the heir of Cymbeline in Britain, whom the king his father called Guiderius Jove. When I sit on my three-legged stool and tell the warlike feats I have done, his spirit flies into my story. He says, "So my enemy fell, and so I set my foot on his neck." Even then the princely blood rises in his cheek, he sweats, strains his young muscles, and sets himself in a posture that acts out my words. The younger brother, Cadwal, once Arviragus, in the same way brings my speech to life, and shows even more of his own imagination. Listen, the game is started. Oh, Cymbeline, heaven and my conscience know that you banished me unjustly. Because of that, when these children were 3 and 2 years old, I stole them, thinking to rob you of succession as you had robbed me of my lands. Europhile, you were their nurse. They took you for their mother, and every day they honor her grave. I myself, Belarius, who am called Morgan, they take for their true father. The hunt is up. Belarius leaves. Pisanio and Imogen enter in Wales, near Milford Haven. When we got down from our horses, he told me the place was close by. My mother never longed so much to see me for the first time as I long now. Pisanio. Man. Where is Posthumus? What is in your mind that makes you stare like that? Why does that sigh break out from deep inside you? Even a painted figure looking so would be taken for someone so confused he could not explain himself. Put on a less frightened manner before your wildness overcomes my steadier senses. What is the matter? Why do you offer me that paper with so unkind a look? If it is summer news, smile before you give it. If it is winter news, you need only keep that face. Is this my husband's hand? That drug-damned Italy has outwitted him, and he is in some hard danger. Speak, man. Your tongue may lessen some extreme blow that, if I read it, may be death to me. Please read, and you will find me, wretched man, the most despised creature fortune ever made. Your mistress, Pisanio, has played the whore in my bed. The proofs of it lie bleeding in me. I do not speak from weak suspicions, but from proof as strong as my grief and as certain as I expect my revenge. That part, Pisanio, you must act for me if your loyalty has not been stained by the breach of hers. Let your own hands take away her life. I shall give you the opportunity at Milford Haven. She has my letter for that purpose. If there you fear to strike, and to make me certain it is done, then you are the broker of her dishonor, and as disloyal to me as she is. Why should I need to draw my sword? The paper has cut her throat already. No, this is slander, whose edge is sharper than a sword, whose tongue poisons more than all the snakes of Nile, whose breath rides the racing winds and spreads lies to every corner of the world. Kings, queens, states, maidens, wives, even the secrets of the grave, this viper's slander enters them all. How are you, madam? False to his bed? What is it to be false? To lie awake there and think of him? To weep from one hour to the next? If sleep overcomes nature, to break it with a fearful dream of him and cry myself awake? Is that being false to his bed? Alas, good lady. I false. Let your conscience witness it. Iachimo, you accused him of unfaithfulness, then you looked like a villain, but now I think your face looks good enough. Some painted jay from Italy, whose mother was her own cosmetics, has betrayed him. Poor as I am stale now, a garment out of fashion, and because I am too rich to hang unused on the wall, I must be ripped apart. Tear me to pieces! Oh, men's vows are women's traitors. Because of your revolt, husband, every good appearance will be thought to be put on for villainy, not born naturally where it grows, but worn as bait for ladies. Good madam, hear me. When true, honest men are listened to, like false Apollones, they were in his time thought false, and Sinon's weeping brought scandal on many a holy tear and robbed true misery of pity. So you, Posthumus, will spread your corruption over all proper men. Handsome and gallant men will be thought false and perjured because of your great failure. Come, fellow, be honest. Do your master's bidding. When you see him, give a little witness of my obedience. Look, I draw the sword myself. Take it and strike the innocent house of my love, my heart. Do not fear, it is empty of everything but grief. Your master is not there, though he was indeed its riches. Do his bidding. Strike. You may be brave in a better cause, but now you seem a coward. Away, vile instrument. You shall not damn my hand. Why, I must die, and if I do not die by your hand, you are no servant of your master's. There is so divine a command against killing oneself that it makes my weak hand cowardly. Come, here's my heart. Something is in front of it. Soft, soft. We will have no defense, obedient as the scabbard. What is here? Have the writings of loyal Leon let us all turn to heresy? Away, away, corrupters of my faith. You shall no longer lie as armor over my heart. So poor fools may believe false teachers, though those who are betrayed feel the treason sharply, still the traitor stands in a worse state of misery. And you, Posthumus, who set my disobedience against the king my father, and made me despise the suits of princely men, will hereafter find that what I did was no ordinary act, but a rare strain of love. And I grieve to think that when you are finally stripped of favor by the woman you now feed on, your memory will then be tortured by me. Please finish it. The lamb begs the butcher. Where is your knife? You are too slow to do your master's bidding when I desire it to. O gracious lady, since I received the command to do this business, I have not slept one wink. Do it, and then go to bed. I will tear out my eyes first. Then why did you undertake it? Why have you deceived so many miles with a pretense? Why this place? Why my action and your own? Why the labor of our horses? Why the inviting time? Why the disturbed court over my absence, to which I never mean to return? Why have you come so far only to unbend your bow when you have taken your stand, and the chosen deer is before you? Only to gain time to lose so bad an employment, and in that time I have thought of a course. Good lady, hear me patiently. Talk until your tongue is weary. Speak. I have heard that I am a whore, and my ear, struck falsely in that, can take no greater wound, nor can any probe reach deeper than that. But speak. Then, madam, I thought you would not go back again. Most likely, since you brought me here to kill me. Not so either. But if I were as wise as I am honest, then my purpose would turn out well. It cannot be otherwise than that my master has been deceived. Some villain, yes, one especially skilled in his art, has done you both this cursed injury. Some Roman courtesan. No, on my life. I will only send word that you are dead, and send him some bloody sign of it, for I am commanded to do so. You will be missed at court, and that will confirm it well. Why, good fellow, what shall I do meanwhile? Where shall I stay? How shall I live? Or what comfort can there be in my life when I am dead to my husband? If you will go back to the court. No court, no father, and no more dealings with that harsh, noble, simple nothing, that Cloten, whose pursuit of my love has been as frightening to me as a siege. If not at court, then you must not remain in Britain. Where then? Does Britain have all the sun that shines? Are day and night only in Britain? In the great book of the world, our Britain seems part of it, and yet not inside it, like a swan's nest in a great pool. Please think, there are living people outside Britain. I am very glad you think of another place. The ambassador, Lucius the Roman, comes to Milford Haven tomorrow. Now, if you could wear a mind as dark and hidden as your fortune is, and disguise what must not yet appear as itself except at the risk of your life, you could follow a course attractive and full of prospect. Yes, perhaps near the residence of Posthumus, so near at least that, even if his actions were not visible to you, reports would bring him hourly to your ear as truly as he moves. Oh, for such means, though it put my modesty in danger, so long as it does not mean death to it, I would venture it. Well then, here is the point. You must forget to be a woman. Change command into obedience. Change fear and delicacy, the attendance of all women, or more truly womanhood itself, into playful courage, ready with jokes, quick with answers, saucy, and as quarrelsome as the weasel. No, you must forget that rare treasure of your cheek, exposing it, but oh, what a harder heart! Alas, there is no remedy to the greedy touch of common kissing Titan, and forget your careful and delicate ornaments in which you made great Juno jealous. No, be brief. I see your purpose, and I am almost a man already. First, make yourself look like one. For seeing this, I have already fitted out in my cloak bag a doublet, hat, hose, and everything that goes with them. If you would serve in these clothes, and with whatever imitation you can borrow from a youth of such an age, present yourself before noble Lucius, ask to enter his service, and tell him what skills you have. If his head has any ear for music, that will make him understand your worth. Without doubt he will gladly embrace you, for he is honorable, and beyond that most virtuous. As for your means abroad, you have me richly, and I will never fail in the beginning or in support afterward. You are all the comfort the gods will feed me with. Please away. There is more to be considered, but we will settle all that good time gives us. I am a soldier in this attempt, and will endure it with a prince's courage. Away, I pray you. Well, madam, we must take a short farewell in case, when you are missed, I am suspected of carrying you from the court. My noble mistress, here is a box. I had it from the queen. What is in it is precious. If you are sick at sea or troubled in the stomach on land, a small dose of this will drive away the illness. Go to some shade and fit yourself to your manhood. May the gods direct you to the best. Amen. I thank you. They leave separately.
And there we pause again. Imogen is alone in the wild now, a princess turned page boy, betrayed by the husband she still loves and hunted by the court she fled. She has set out for Milford Haven not knowing her husband's letter was a snare, and Pisanio has sent Posthumus a bloody cloth to make him think the deed is done. 2 lost children of the king, meanwhile, are living wild in a Welsh cave, and all these scattered roads are about to cross. Next time, in part 3, the lost prince's Cloten's pursuit, and a sleep that looks like death. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.